Hey, so we are starting our What to Say When You Talk to Yourself book study.
Good morning.
So awesome. So we are just going to start this week. A lot of you, I think, are still getting the book. Some of you have them and are total overachievers and have started reading ahead. Oh, look at you, digital version. So this week we're just going to cover kind of what this class is going to be about. And we're going to try to keep all of these lunch meetings to 30 minutes so that people can get back to their day. So something I have realized, for the most part, a lot of us keep going outwards to try to find, like, what's the next best thing we can do to grow our business? What's the next, new hip exercise we need to do to be hipper? What are we just keep going outward instead of inward. And this book is going to really, really make us go inward. And it is not, it's not going to be easy. Hey, Melissa.
Hi.
This book is it's hard. It takes a lot of inward thinking, but it's going to really help us influence our team. I think, the most important thing is that it changes our own mindset is what this book is going to do. I always thought of myself as a pretty positive person. I didn't realize how much negative was coming through my head or out towards my children without me even realizing it, just the way that I phrased things. I tell you, I got about 7 chapters into this book when I took it to my husband, who hates personal development, thinks it's ridiculous. And I said, you don't have to change anything about yourself, but read this book because it's going to change the way that you parent. And I know for Deanna, she does not have a lot of issues with self-confidence or talking to people or negative talk is just not something I don't think that existed. I know her whole family, and I don't think negative talk was in their house. So, but this book is going to help her lead her team because most of us do have negative self-talk. So I think it's going to be important to be really honest with our teams as we are learning and growing from this book, sharing with them about what we're doing and what we're learning and how we're changing. And this book is going to help us, at the essence, become masters of connecting with people, masters of communicating with people in a way that inspires them. So that's what I hope that we get out of this. Deanna?
And to follow up on that, yes, I was surrounded by positive. I have an amazing family. That doesn't mean that that I don't have doubts, that I don't have concerns, and I get scared sometimes. But I love what talking about leading our team and getting them to the point, understanding our team. We all have different personalities. We all have completely different backgrounds. And so vision. I want to talk about vision. And there was a scripture, Proverbs 4:7. I posted this a few days ago, but talk about it. But I love it. It is, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. And so I love that scripture because we're getting. I mean, that's what we want. We want to get. And but most importantly, first and foremost, get understanding. Learn that wisdom, not only in the products, but of your team, of the people that you're interacting with, the people who are on your team, the people who your potentials, the people that you care about and want to draw into your group and into your team and that you want to help. So that understanding. And
I can take you as long as you're one of the first 100 people. I can take you.
Hi, Ashley.
Hey, sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to turn me off. Did I not turn me off?
I'll mute you, but we.
Okay, I muted her.
Okay, right on. So talking about vision, first, wisdom and understanding. Let's get some understanding, and then let's be visionary. We need to be visionary people, because biblically speaking, the people who were visionary, guess what? They led people. and they took people places. So in the business, and when you're doing what you want to be doing, are you in your mind, are you envisioning what you want? Have a vision of what you want and where you're going, like a vision of Maui. Do you envision yourself on the beach in Maui next summer with all of us, with all of your team, with all of your family, with all of your tribe, whoever you'd like to bring along? Envision yourself on that and speak it out loud. Say, your Lexus. Smell it. Smell the leather of the Lexus. Smell the color of your car, and tell yourself. And you have to do this constantly. So do it constantly. Envision yourself and understand that this book will be huge in helping us get to, personally, each and every one of us get to the point where we can have that vision and that understanding. So
we are going to do a lot. If you've started this book at all, you've realized it already, but a lot of looking inward. So for instance, we're going to take negative self-talk that other people have given us and shared with us, and we are going to give it back. So for instance, I had to dig deep and find where are my fears coming from? Like, what am I afraid of, and where did that come from? So I can tell you a lot of that comes from my real father, who my whole life has called me an idiot. Now, I'm an idiot that got a scholarship to college and has a master's degree and has 4 awesome kids. And still to this day, he emails me and tells me what an idiot I am. So I take, as much as I want to ignore it, and as much as my loved ones are like, you're wonderful, ignore your dad, that's still part of me because that's part of my story. And so with this book, I'm able to give that back to him. And I have, and I write out, I am not an idiot. I give that back to my father. I am smart. I am wonderful. I am kind. And I'm removing that negative self-talk. But you know what? That's part of my story. And that's part of what's going to help me transform is I am a reader of books. I love motivational speaking. If you know me, I'm reading all the time. I'm always trying to get better. But what I've realized in this book, because I didn't first remove all of the negative self-talk that I've had since childhood, the positive things I was learning only covered up for a little bit, and then my programming went right back to, you're an idiot. So we're going to have to get, part of this group we're going to be real honest, and we're going to share, and we're going to work together to get rid of the negative that created who we are, and we're going to reprogram our brain to become really amazing. So you're going to have to just draw your line in the sand, and you're going to have to say, I'm done with that. This is who I'm going to be. Create a vision for yourself, create a vision for your team. We're going to work on affirmations, and we're going to grow. We are going to grow so much in this book, and the passion. We're going to learn to communicate better our passion. Each of us, if we're on this call, it's because we want to be better, because we want to grow our team, we want to do great things, but maybe we're not doing it, communicating it in a way that inspires everybody else. So we're going to learn to do that. So again, I'm going to encourage you to share with your team. You may just feel led. There was somebody this morning, I was in the shower and it popped into my head, oh my gosh, like it was just laid on my heart. I have to invite so-and-so to this book club. So she's not on the call right now, but she'll watch it recorded, and she's just ordered her book already. And, trust that inspiration, because as you become more positive, as your mind has more positive talk, you're going to be led in more positive ways to help people. And that inadvertently is going to grow ourselves and our team. So we have some homework for this week, which Deanna is going to talk about.
Okay. Homework. First of all, be transparent, just like Christy, because that makes me cry. Your story. It always does. I'm doing it for 25 years, and that story always makes me cry. So I'm crying talking about it. So because we need to be able to help our we need to help our team, those people that we are trying to help. We're all doing this because we are helpers, because naturally we are drawn to love people. And so in our own different ways, however we do it, however we talk to people, we are drawn to love them and to build them up. And we can't do that unless we are building ourselves. That's what personal development is all about. So homework, chapters 1 through 5. It's not that long. Read chapters 1 through 5. Ashley will tell you because she read them this morning, so she wasn't in trouble with the teacher. You didn't even have to have them done. So 1 through 5, that is 47 pages total.
And it goes fast. It's so easy.
And take your highlighter, have your highlighter with you, and highlight as you go along. This can be your bathroom book. It can be your sitting in the. It can be wherever. It can be where your wherever book. But it's small enough. Throw it in your purse or the digital version. You can do that too. Have it with you. Read it. Go back and read it more. 5 chapters. Read that this week. Highlight your aha moments. What?
Look at Nicole's comment. She says Ashley's got to do a book report.
She totally does. That might be the next. We might have a guest speaker. Okay. So highlight them while you're reading, and we'll talk about them next week. You can write in the margins, or you can write a full-on book report. Do it, Ashley. Okay, and then these 3 questions that we're going to answer, and I want to talk about it. Hopefully we can all talk about it together, and you'll feel comfortable, but be ready to share. And if you're not comfortable talking out loud with us, share it with your spouse, your power partner, your upline, somebody that can help keep you accountable, that you can share this with, and start showing your vulnerability by sharing. So first of all, number 1 question, when you decide in your mind, you're like, I'm going to go and talk to this person. When you decide to be bold and step outside of your comfort zone, what is that hesitation? We all feel it. I think every single person feels it. So that's where it comes from. So you take yourself. What is that negative self-talk that is back? And we're learning how to power through it. So it's very important that you know where it's from. Is it from a childhood memory? Is it a negative parent talking to you? Is it a teacher? Was it a friend? Was it being, what is it that is holding you back when you step out of your comfort zone? Because we need to break through that, and it's going to be constant. We break through that every single time that we step outside of our comfort zone. So that's number 1. Number 2. If you knew that you could give that limited belief, whatever is holding you back, Christy, that crap from your dad, holding it back, if you knew you could give that, you could break free and get rid of it, ask yourself this question, would you do whatever it took? Would you do whatever it took to give it back? To be done with it, be over with it, and be through with it? And so would you do whatever it takes? So what is it? Answer the question. It's yes or no. Would you do whatever it took? And then number 3, as you are doing your affirmations, you're telling your positive self-talk this week. And I want you to envision yourself giving this load of negative self-talk, all of the things that are the thing that is holding you back, that major one thing. Envision yourself giving it back to who gave it to you and trading it for what you want, trading it for the positive, the what's going to help you break through, and what's going to help reprogram your thoughts so that when you step outside of your comfort zone, that's not holding you back anymore. So what is it? Would you do anything to be rid of it? And envision yourself giving it back and getting what you want. Not the negative, only the positive.
Yeah, and we will post those questions on our group page as soon as this is over. I will go post them. And hopefully you feel comfortable, getting raw and sharing some stuff. I think the more people that share, and I'll start, on there, but the more people that share, we will grow from each other and we will support each other. And it sucks to get raw. I tell I used to be a therapist, and I tell people, if you can make it to like your 6th therapy appointment, you're going to really start making progress. Because the first couple, your therapist is trying to get to know you, and then they start asking deep questions, and then it hurts, and then people don't want to go back anymore because it's painful. So sometimes, depending on where your negative self-talk has come from, it can be painful. But we're going to get past it, and we're going to be amazing. We are literally going to change our programming, and just let this book work for you. There are amazing possibilities in this book. Think to yourself, like, what is your energy signature? Because if you are negative, are you negative or are you positive? In general, do people think of you as a negative or positive person? Because the negativity operates out of fear, and your positivity operates out of faith. We are going to learn to operate out of faith and be amazing. So Deanna's going to tell us about the perfect plexus day. We are each other going to start this. This actually came from Sonia Dudley and Helen McFadden. So we are not like, hey, look, we're gold ambassadors and we know how to work business the perfect way.
We didn't make it up. I'm a super
we are
good
not pretending. I am not saying do this and you'll go gold. That's not what I'm pretending. I'm saying Sonia Dudley and Helen McFadden say this works, so I'm fixing to make this work for me. So we'll put this on the webpage, but Deanna, go ahead and talk about what the perfect.
I love that. Let's have every day be a faith-based day, not fear-based, faith-based day. So, okay, this is the perfect plexus day in 2.5 hours. And what the idea is, try and have three of these a week. And we will post this as well. But okay, first of all, you're going to wake up with an attitude of gratitude. Rolling out of bed, grateful for the day. Grateful that you get to get up, even if it hurts a little creaky in the morning. Be thankful that you get to work this business. Be thankful that you get to be part of such an amazing and great company. Thank God for the opportunity that you have and the ability to bless other people. So the gratitude and the gratefulness that you feel, remind yourself every single day. Wake up like that, and you know what? Even the cruddy things that happen throughout the day, they can start from the minute you go in and find a mess. The kids have made it.
Roll over and wake up, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you're Deanna Bishop. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I this is something that I do. I mean, I'm at the gym early in the morning. I'm like, this is awesome. Who's tired? Nobody. I'm like, well, I have one eye half awake of sealed crud and a little slobber that I'm kind of getting off. So I'm faking it. And I mean, I think people buy it, but I think they believe it. I start believing it. It's more for me than for them. And I'm entertainment for them in the morning, I think. So wake up with an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful. Write down your affirmations. So we need to do this and speak them in the positive. You need to do this no less than 5 times a day for 2 minutes. So that's a total of 10 minutes out of your 2.5 hours. But you need to do it throughout the day. So you are going to write down your affirmations. I am going to get my Lexus and it is going to smell so delicious. I am going to Maui. I am, any of your positive affirmations that this is, I mean, that's obviously plexus based, but I am going to have a great conversation with fill in the blank, someone that you might not get along with, somebody that you have been wanting to meet, any of that. So your positive affirmations, and speak them in the positive. So do that for 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 times a day. So the next one is 30 minutes on social media. And I mean, I can spend 3 hours on social media, scroll. Don't do that. That is not productive. So 30 minutes, productive posting, buffering. You can go and save. I do that because I go and I save. But this 30 minutes needs to be productive. It needs to be messaging somebody. It needs to be making sure that you are posting positive, uplifting things, and making it so that you are as efficient as possible. So 30 minutes on social media. And then 1 hour on your 3-2-1. I did this yesterday. This was really good. I don't know if I spent an hour. I don't even think I spent an hour, but 3 new contacts. So 3 new contacts, preferably out and about doing your life, doing stuff. Be prepared, have samples. I should have brought my bag in here because I have this bag that my paper bag kept getting ripped. And so I have this old, it's not old, it's just a bag that I made. And I have it stuffed with my samples and pamphlets and business cards. Have that, talk with everyone. Have a couple in your purse. Be ready to hand it to somebody in the line, wherever it is. I took it to Foot Doctor. I told him I was going to give him a sample. I gave it to him. Guess what? He has a secretary and a medical assistant. Boom, 3 in 1. I got my 3 people in one stop. And so those are 3 new contacts. Make sure that you get their information. Friend them on Facebook while you're talking to them. You know what? If we're a little bit weird, that's okay. I'm super okay with that. People, they might think you're a little weird, but after they get to know you, they'll realize that you really are and that that's okay. You weren't faking it. And so do that. So an hour on 3, 2, 1. 3 new contacts. 2, follow up with 2 customers or to somebody that you gave samples to. So follow up on, customers that need to have a little checkup, or samples that you've given out and you need to see how they're doing and if they're ready to order. And then your 1 is contact 1 person on the business end with either a new customer that you think would really use the business, or an ambassador that needs a little bit of a boost. An ambassador that needs to, is just buying, someone bought it for wholesale and they might need to start sharing, and so you can encourage them. So 3 new contacts, 2 follow-ups, and 1 business connect. And then that's your 1 hour. 20 minutes you're going to spend connecting with your team, either your upline, your sideline, edifying others, looking at your team overall and seeing, okay, what does my team need? What can I do for my team? What's going to help build my team? And then notice that too. I think that's really interesting on their Perfect Plexus Day, that a full hour is spent personally on your own team. You building your team, and only a third of that time, and then 20 minutes you're spending on your connecting with your team. Does that make sense? Building your business, and then 20 minutes connecting your team. So that really is the proportion that we need to start looking. Instead of outward, we're doing inward. So and then the last 30 minutes of your 2.5 hour Perfect Plexus Day is 30 minutes of reading. So 30 minutes of reading in this book, personal growth, personal development, network marketing, some kind of a training book that is going to help you with your personal development. So that is your Perfect Plexus Day in 2.5 hours. We'll type it out. And by we, I mean Christy.
She does mean that. And we are trying to keep these at 30 minutes, so we're getting super close. I am going to end with affirmation. So as you read your first 5 chapters, you're going to find out how important making your own affirmations are. But if you need help making some, it starts at chapter 16, starts having a lot of them. You can choose some. I also have this book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk by the same author. If you notice, each day I've been typing a new affirmation on our page. I'm not that smart. He is crazy smart. I'll keep doing that. He suggests you read those out loud 4 times a day. So go to this group page and look at those. They're going to be in general ones, but yours will look like, mine looks like, I'm a Ruby ambassador. I'm a great mom. I have lots of energy. I'm healthy. That's an example of mine. Yours are going to look different. We're also going to, again, we're going to hopefully share on our page some of where our negative self-talk came from. And then we're going to get rid of it. And we're going to reprogram, counteract them with positive ones. 77% of everything we think and hear is negative. So let's reprogram that. Just an example, how it changed me as a parent. Cassidy is our oldest daughter, and we have always made fun of her.
Hi, Rob.
Facebook Club.
Cassidy, she is afraid of everything. We could be at Disneyland, and all of a sudden she could be like, oh my gosh, there's a squirrel. The squirrel's going to eat a line in the electric wire, and they're going to not be able to do the electric parade, and everything's going to be awful, and Disneyland's going to shut down. And you're like, and Nicole, is that you? So what we always do to her is literally look her in the face and go, fear, fear, fear. Well, little did I know, what am I doing? I am making her more fearful. I am turning her into that negative thing. Instead of teaching her how to find the positive in everything, I am reinforcing the negative by doing something I thought was funny. I thought I was helping her by pointing out that she's being ridiculous. By pointing out that kids are ridiculous with negative terms. You see what I'm doing here? So really think, when things come out of your mouth, Rob and I have done a good job of catching each other. You know, we'll say something that we don't even mean it as like negative or hateful, but we say it in negative terms, and we flip it on each other, and we laugh because it's funny, but eventually that's going to become our normal. This positive way of speaking to everybody around us will become our normal. This isn't going to just affect your business. It's going to affect your family, your friends, you know, like Deanna said, your tribe. The tribe of us that's going to be in Hawaii next year, we are going to be the most positive speaking, crazy people ever. And people are going to want to be our friends, because who doesn't want to hang out with positive, happy people? So I will post the homework. I will post the perfect Plexus day. I want you to make sure that you open your heart up to letting this book transform you, because it will. It's going to. And, you know, just to give you an idea of why I wanted to start this club, I randomly, and I think I posted about this, I randomly heard Sonia Dudley and Helen McFadden's YouTube. They did a 6-week course that they only invited their senior gold and above to be a part of it. But then I was listening to another YouTube training video, and somebody asked Andrea Mitchell, where did your momentum come from? And she said, I had 2 huge pushes. One of them was, they were both from book studies, and one of them was this book. She went from Emerald to Sapphire, I think in like 45 days when she did this book with her team. Like nutso numbers. She said her entire momentum, she had never seen any growth in her entire time of doing Plexus than when she did this book study with her group. So I'm like, you know what? Why would I not do this? You know, clearly I don't have the numbers to go Sapphire next month, but let's be real. What we learn in this, regardless of our rank right now, we are going to carry forward through until we're all double diamond. That's what we're going to do. So have a great lunch. Thank you for being on here. I'm going to stop recording, and then if you guys have questions or want to hang out and chat, you can. So, okay.